Hello ICT traders, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about ICT institutional reference points, and we will specifically talk about fair value gap, also known as imbalance. There are 7 institutional reference points under ICT concepts. I have the list right here. You can actually see we have fair value gap, order block, mitigation block, breaker block, liquidity void, old high and old low. We also have rejection block. These institutional reference points are so powerful that we'll have to treat each and every one of them differently. I will make 7 different videos explaining all of them, and I will make a playlist so you can easily learn how to use them and how to identify them on your chart. I'm starting with fair value gap, also known as imbalance, in this particular video. And if you're new to this channel, you're welcome. What we are trying to do in this particular channel is to actually make a sequential arrangement of all the ICT videos that will help you become a profitable trader. I'm going to start by beginner, intermediate, and then advanced. I've dropped 3 videos already right here. Starting with the first video, you can find them on the playlist. This is the ICT core basics, where you will start by learning the very basics, and then you can go to the intermediate. I'm making more videos to explain them in detail. So let's start by explaining what is a fair value gap. Now you have to understand that every time price is moving, you see price delivering liquidity in fractals. Right here we have these candlesticks representing a bullish run, and then this is representing a bearish run. A fair value gap is simply an imbalance in price action. Now, there is something we call a healthy or a balanced price action, and that is when you have 3 candle price action delivering liquidity in such pattern. Let me show you this. This is a bearish scenario, but I want to show you how that can be seen in this particular price action. You see, counting from up to down, we have 1, 2, 3. Now, what we pay attention to is the wick. Can you see this wick? You see, this wick have traded down to this level. I'm numbering it from here. This is 1, 2, 3. And then this third candle also traded and moved right up here. This is the high of this third candle. Now, if you check the low of this first candle and the high of this third candle are somehow connected. They have traded and just touched each other at this point. Can you see this? Let me just adjust it so I can identify it easily for you. We have this and this are connected, like they have traded through each other. So this is a balanced price action. There is no gap in between this guy and this guy. So 1, 2, 3, we pay attention to the first candle and the third candle to make sure that they are connected for us to have a balanced price action, or what we call a healthy price action. Then we have this one where there is an unhealthy or imbalanced price action. You can see counting from down 1, 2, 3. We can actually see that the high of this candle and the low of this candle are not connected, or they have not traded through each other. So the gap left between this first and the third candle is what we call a fair value gap. A fair value gap in a 3 candle price action, you want to see that this low of this third candle and the high of this first candle counting from down are not connected, and then the gap in between them is what we call a fair value gap. So what normally happens is that price will eventually come back and balance it, or to trade through it just to fill it either halfway or to completely fill it. That is how the algorithm is designed to behave. It is easy to identify fair value gaps. I'm going to show you once I come to my chart, but get this. This is how to identify a fair value gap. If I want to create a fair value gap in this, I will simply move this one back, okay, and then move this one here. So I have a fair value gap. The gap here is what we call a fair value gap. It's as easy as identifying anything, this gap in between. If I'm to just put this to show you, this gap in between is what we call a fair value gap. If there is no fair value gap in this, it will actually trade through each other right to this point, and this one too. They are connected in one way or the other. So you will always pick 3 candles, 1, 2, 3, to identify a fair value gap. 1, 2, 3 to identify a fair value gap. It is as easy as that, straight to the point. So let me show you a typical example of a fair value gap on your chart. There are so many times you will see fair value gap. And now one thing I must say is that the color of the candle does not matter. You can have bearish candles and then bullish candle mixed in one place and still identify fair value gap. I will explain that in detail. So look at this. Let's start from here. This is what I just said. Can you see? 1, 2, 3. If I even expand it more, just to show you that this does not matter. Can you see this candle? The first one counting from up. If you are seeing a bearish market, you will count from up down. If it is a bullish candle, you count from down up. So right here, let's start from this. This is our first candle now. 2, 3. The color of the candle does not matter. This one. So this is our fair value gap. The gap in between this one and this one. So that is what a fair value gap means in a real chart. 1, 2, 3. The color doesn't matter. All you want to see is to see that there is a gap between the candles. And then look at this. The same thing right here. 1, 2, 3, counting down up. Okay, can you see? And then this one. The first and the third candle is what you pay attention to. So this is a fair value gap right here. Let me just make it proper so you can see it. So that is how to identify a fair value gap. As easy as that. Another fair value gap right here. I'm not showing you how to trade with fair value gap. I'm just explaining what a fair value gap is for you as a beginner trader. This is a fair value gap. The gap between 1, 2, 3. It must be a sequence of 3 candles. Okay, you are not going to pick this one because it is not part of the 3 candles. 1, 2, 3. It must be within the 3 candles. And you can also do for this 1, 2, 3 with this small candle, not this blue. So that is how to identify a fair value gap. Let me just make it proper so you can see what I'm saying right here. Okay, that is how to identify a fair value gap and imbalance that can be seen in price action. So normally price is designed to come and balance a fair value gap either immediately or in the future. As you can see right here, price came back into the fair value gap. Okay, this one price tried to come there. You will see in the future price will balance it if we go further. Likewise, this one price came back either halfway or the tip or to completely fill it. You will always see price doing this as you go through your chart. Look at this. This is a fair value gap too. This one. And then this one. A fair value gap has been identified. Okay, so price actually came back into the fair value gap and moved down from there. So let me find a healthy price action where there is no fair value gap and show you how these things are. So going further, you're going to see them so many times as you trade. So this is a fair value gap to 1, 2, 3. Price came back into it and then pushed down. Okay, that's very easy to identify. Let me see if I can see other ones. Okay, look at this. 1, 2, 3. A fair value gap. This one and this one. The first and the third gap in between. Now, this is what we call a healthy price action. This one, counting from 1, 2, 3. Can you see the wicks are connected? This wick and this wick is connected. So that is not a fair value gap. Even though there is a new ICT concept called implied fair value gap. I'm going to show you that subsequently, but not now. I will show you that subsequently. Let's take this gradually. That is completely a different concept that I will show you. So look at this one and this one. 1, 2, 3. Very small. Price came and filled it. Fair value gap. No fair value gap here. 1, 2, 3. You can see this one and this one are connected. But this one, 1, 2, 3, fair value gap. 1, 2, 3, fair value gap. You can see them as many times as possible in the market. Another one is right here. This is a fair value gap, guys. Okay. So price often come back and fill it, fair value gap here. Price often comes back and fill it. That is a fair value gap. Now there is a complete model of trading with a fair value gap, but I'm not showing you right here because that is not what we are doing. We are just identifying fair value gaps. Can you see? 1, 2, 3. There is a very small fair value gap here. Very small. You will have to train your eyes to see this. This one, and then this one. Absolutely amazing, this one and this one. So that is why price had to come back, and you see this week to fill it up. So you can see them as many times as possible. Can you see this one? Very small, and price actually came back and fill it too. Fair value gap, price fill it. This is not a fair value gap. This one, all through this, there is no fair value gap here. There is no fair value gap here. This one, okay. So this is all about fair value gap, guys. And this one too is not a fair value gap. This one, let me show you. A healthy price action. Okay, a healthy price action. Just to show you what an implied fair value gap is different from fair value gap is, it was taught by ICT himself. It's just to measure the 50% of this week right here and place your line in the middle. That's the 50% of this and the 50% of the other one. I will make a separate video explaining an implied fair value gap, but just to show you what an implied fair value gap is. 50% of this. It is different from fair value gap, so you will often see price even coming to where there is a healthy price action. I will show you the reason. 50% of this and 50% of this. This is what we call implied fair value gap right here. Okay, and that is the same reason why you can see price coming back to this. Price came back to this healthy price action. So guys, this is all about this video. If you find this video helpful, let me know in the comments, and if you have any question at all, let me know in the comments. Thank you guys for watching. See you in my next video.